I said I would have gone on a golf.
Yeah.
I would have
You
gone a
and
golf.
Jack. You and Jack.
June, I would have gone a golf tour. I'm perfectly prepared
Yeah,
for
you
that.
could have met with Jack all the time.
All right, we're going to call the meeting of the Finance Committee to order on October 2nd, 2019. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman O'Brien.
Present.
Alderman Laws. Here. Alderman Clee. Here. Alderman Karen.
Here.
Alderman Harry Gathright.
Present.
Alderman Kelly is here. And the chair, Mayor Donches.
Here.
All members are present.
Public comment. Is there any member of the public who would like to address us? Apparently not. Alderwoman Kelly.
There being no objection, wow. It's been a month. Okay. There being no objection, Mayor Donches will suspend the rules to allow for the introduction of the communication after the agenda was prepared. We good?
No objection. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Mayor Donches regarding emergency PO change order request, change order 3 for energy recovery upgrade for WWTF for $10,710.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
I was pausing to see, I didn't read it as a move for the actual motion. Should I read it?
Yeah, we're on the next one.
The next one? Okay. Communication from Jim Donches regarding emergency PO change order request, change order 2 for Water Buster Station project for WWTF for $24,765. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and authorize the emergency purchase order change order 2 for the Water Booster Station project for wastewater treatment facility in the amount of $24,760 to T-Buck Construction.
Discussion. All those in favor? Say
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kukin, Purchasing Manager, regarding NPD HVAC repair system upgrades, professional MEP engineering services with a value of $217,500. Department 150, Fund Capital Improvement. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Yeaton Associates, Inc. in the amount of $217,500 for engineering services for NPD HVAC repairs system upgrades. Source of funding is Department 150, Police, Fund Capital Improvement.
And I believe we have a couple people from the PD in case you'd like to, why don't you just come on up? There may not be any questions, but at least you get to say hello. Just sit down, in the chairs. That'd be good. I'm not sure everyone has heard about this project, so maybe just tell us a little about it.
Absolutely. Thank you. My name is David Bailey. I'm a captain with National Police Department. I'll try and make this brief, but it's a project going back, starting in 1977. Obviously, our original building was built in 1977. It was a water source heat pump system. In 2000, or 1999, the department doubled in size. They put an addition on. At that time, the HVAC for that addition was a totally separate system. It's called a variable air volume system. So the department's been working on two different systems. In 2005, we had some modifications that were completed by a mechanical engineering company called SMRT. What they did was they upgraded all the 1977, they call them water source heat pump systems. They're separate pumps, there's 47 of them in the building, along with some piping and some other exhaust upgrades. November 2018, we contracted with SMRT to come up and do a HVAC assessment of the department system. Once again, part of this was due to areas of the building that have been failing. For instance, we had a cooler tower on the building that would cool the air before it would enter the building and hit these water source heat pumps. That broke and was condemned. So when when the air enters the building, it's not coming in at 80 degrees and hitting those, it's coming in whatever the outside air is. If it's 105 outside, is hitting those things, which is causing the compressors to break and break down. So we're having to replace those on a quicker basis than we anticipated. We also had concerns about range safety, especially our FTU officers that have been working down there. They get tested for lead, and their lead levels had tested very high. Part of the concern was that the original 1977 portion, also on top of the water source heat pump, had HVAC for the range, as well as the heating for the garage system for the mechanics. So we had a report done by SMRT, and we also had a separate report done by a company out of Illinois called Carey Small Arms Range Ventilation Systems. SMRT did the whole building. Carey's concentrated on the range itself. They both recommended upgrades and repairs to the system. Carey's recommended the whole range be upgraded and replaced. SMRT came out with a lot of upgrades and repairs. Basically, everything that was built in 1977 is past its life expectancy and should be upgraded and replaced. On top of that, the water source heat pumps that were added in 2005, they all carry refrigerant called R22. 8 years ago, R22 was basically prohibited by the federal government. In 2020, you will no longer be able to purchase or import R22. So all those systems that we have currently have the R22 refrigerant in them. That also affected the addition in 1999 because those variable air handlers also run on R22. After we got a report from both of them, and I had cost estimates for the upgrades and repairs. July of 2019, we solicited bids for architectural engineering firm to come in and design plans and drawings based on a construction management project based off the SMRT and Carey Small Arm Range report. We did a pre-bid walkthrough. The only company that showed up was Eaton Associates Incorporated. They submitted a proposal which we received for that amount of $217,500. It's broken down: architectural drafting, schematic design, design developments, contract questions, basically bid preparation for the construction itself, and then construction administration to see the project all the way through to the end. On top of that, we met with the owner of the company, Wayne Fillion, and the mechanical engineering manager in August of 2019, Ryan Neely, to discuss their proposal, along with members of NPD and finance, to make sure that even though we only received one proposal, that we understood what exactly their proposal was going to be. They also provided 5 references, which was part of the bid process. I interviewed 4 of the 5. I had trouble tracking down one of the gentlemen, so I spot checked 2 other ones, including NFR project that's currently going on. I spoke with the deputy chief regarding their project. Everybody had very positive reviews, long-term work with Eaton Associates. I didn't receive any negative feedback on the company and the firm itself.
All right, well, thank you, Captain. Any questions, discussion? Alderman Laws.
Just coincidentally, one of your employees at MPD was at my house earlier today, and I ran this by him, and he said that it was necessary. I don't want to quote him directly, but something to the effect of people are dropping like flies in there, so I support this 100%.
Anyone else? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding contract for purchase of Winters Road salt with a value of $455,000. Department 161, Streets, Fund General. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Granite State Minerals, Inc. and Eastern Minerals, Inc. in equal amounts of $227,500 for a total of $455,000 for Winter Road salt. Source of funding is Department 161 Streets, Fund General 61 supplies and materials.
Discussion? Alderman O'Brien.
Just a comment. Here we go, that time of year again.
Not ready. Not ready.
Anyone else? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kukin, Purchasing Manager, regarding 2019 pipeline assessment project with a value of $154,600. Department 169 wastewater fund bond. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Ted Berry Company LLC in the amount of $154,600 for the 2019 pipeline assessment project. Source of funding is Department 169 wastewater fund bond.
Discussion? And we have our Assistant City Engineer here. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about this one.
Evening, my name is Pete Cahalmi, Deputy City Engineer. So we know we have a lot of bad pipes, bad sewer pipes. We don't know exactly where. Well, we have a pretty good idea of where, but we don't know exactly how bad the condition of them is. So we are looking to hire this company, Ted Berry, to video some of the suspect sewer lines. So they'll actually they'll actually clean the sewer pipe out a little bit with a water jet, and then they'll put a remote camera down the pipe, and after they get the video, they send it to our department for review. And I think we're looking to video 60,000 linear feet, which should identify quite a bit of old sewers that need rehab or replacement.
Alderman O'Brien.
This company, will they check the diameter of the pipes? What I mean is the pipe itself. It's got to look for tuberculation and wear and tear and everything else that's in the pipe, but it'll also check the thickness of the wall of the piping and make a judgment on that?
No, it's just a video. It doesn't, you really can't tell the thickness of the pipe, but you can, from the video, you can get a really good idea of the condition of the pipe.
Okay.
Alderwoman Karen.
Yes, thank you. Can you tell me what part of the city we're looking at?
The
For this-
inner city.
So, what,
The-
4, 5, those?
7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know we've had some
Getting
real
it close.
issues this year.
The downtown area, probably, I think most of it is gonna be on the west side of Main Street.
Okay.
Most of the work is gonna be probably within 20 blocks of City Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alderman O'Brien.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And a follow-up, because of those wards, it's not basically, it's a combination system, not like there's no drainage to it. So this has been there for, I bet you get some pipes been there since the 1800s.
Sure, late 1800s, yeah.
Yeah. Concerning.
Alderwoman Clee.
Thank you. When I was looking at the bids, I noticed that from the lowest to the highest, we were looking at about $100,000 difference.
Yeah.
What would be that significant that they would literally almost double?
I think there are contractors who are really hungry for work, and other contractors who have plenty of work. So some contractors will really sharpen their pencil and put in the lowest bid they can, and other ones will just throw a number out and say, if we win, great. If we don't, no harm, no foul.
So just a quick follow-up. So there's nothing more that one was really going to give us over the other than,
No,
we're just really looking for just a straight-on video as to
it's,
what it
it's
is.
pretty simple, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alderwoman Karen.
When is this going to start? Before the snow flies, or are you going?
It's gonna start very soon, probably 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks from now.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kukin, Purchasing Manager, regarding Monica Drive Drainage Improvements Project Change Order Number 1 with a value of $42,980. Department 169 Wastewater Fund Bond. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and authorize the contract change order number 1 to RWC Enterprises in an amount of $42,980. Source of funding is Department 169 wastewater fund, bonded.
So we had a partial sewer pipe collapse back, I don't know, probably 3, 4, 5 months ago. Commercial Street, right under the old railroad bridge. And we went out, we inspected the area, and there are 3 or 4 structures that need to be replaced and 3 or 4 pipes that need to be replaced as well. So this is a contract that's going to take care of that.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding contract for energy
you.
recovery upgrades. Construction services, change order 2, with a value of $21,181. Department 169 wastewater fund, wastewater. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract for energy recovery upgrades, change order 2, to Methuen Construction Company in the amount of $21,181. Source of funding is Department 169 wastewater fund, wastewater.
Boucher is here, of course.
I'll describe a little bit of the project.
Yes.
Dave Boucher, Superintendent of Wastewater. The Energy Recovery Project is the project where we are removing the old generator that burned biogas to produce energy. We're replacing it with some new generators. Unfortunately, in the room that these new generators are going into, there was a lot of demolition, a lot of pipes taken down, and after everything was removed from the building, there was a lot of holes in the ceiling. They had to remove all the hangers. The walls were in pretty bad shape, floor was in bad shape. So this is a change order to have all the holes filled, have everything pressure washed in this room, have the ceilings, the walls, and the floor painted with an industrial paint. And it also covers changing the lighting to LED lighting.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding contract for gas tank diaphragm upgrade with a value of $311,507. Department 169 wastewater fund, wastewater. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Methuen Construction Company for a gas tank diaphragm upgrade in the amount of $311,507. Source of funding is Department 169 wastewater fund, wastewater.
This project is for a gas storage tank on site that holds the biogas. It's a large steel tank with a diaphragm inside. It helps maintain the pressure throughout the digester complex. The diaphragm that's inside has exceeded its useful life, and recently it tore. This has to be replaced before the new generators go online. So this monies is for the company to come in, remove the old diaphragm, put in a new diaphragm, and make some modifications to the diaphragm disc, how it connects, so that in the future it'll be easier to replace.
Alderman O'Brien.
How long out of date? What was its life expectancy? Did we travel into that?
We're at about 19 years right now. We contacted other facilities. Hard to say because the particular model we have is, there's very few out there. But the diaphragm it's expected to last about 15 years, so we went beyond that. We talked to some facilities, larger facilities, they just change them out every 10 years, whether it needs it or not. But you should be able to get 15 years out of this at least.
Follow up if I may, because we talked before, and like I say, now that the climate has changed, maybe to get into a better, healthier preventative maintenance type of program that we're not getting hit so heavy.
Correct.
We can anticipate the costs. And I know you're working to that goal, and I compliment you on that, but this
Thank
is
you.
another indication why we should have a good PM program. Yes,
Exactly.
thank you.
Discussion, anything further? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Unfinished business, we have none. New business resolutions, R19-180. Alderwoman Kelly.
We have in front of us R19-180, authorizing the city of Nashua to enter into a lease agreement with 131 Burke Street LLC for 141 Burke Street. I move to recommend final passage.
Discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Record of expenditures.
I move that the Finance Committee has complied with the city charter and ordinances pertaining to the record of expenditures for the period of September 13th, 2019 to September 26th, 2019.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. General discussion. Do we have any general discussion tonight?
Well,
Alderman
just,
O'Brien.
yeah, I think we all seen it on the news, and I think we saw like a tragedy just this weekend. We had those historic flights at the Nashua Airport, and I particularly enjoyed watching some of that vintage aircraft that, flew overhead, and it's something to, see of a bygone era. Personally, a friend of mine, his father was a ball turret gunner in the B-17, which was not a very good position. But I think we all saw the news today where one crashed at the Bradley Airport. I hope that wasn't part of the crew that did entertain us up here. But if it is, my thoughts and prayers with the family of that tragedy. Thank you.
Anything else? Public comment? I don't see any members of the public who are here to speak to us. Remarks by Alderman. Any remarks by Alderman? Alderman Laws.
It's my first time seeing Alderwoman Kelly since she had her son. Just wanted to welcome you back, say it's good to see you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, and if I may say, welcome back to.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Any other remarks? We don't have any non-public session. Alderman O'Brien.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the meeting is adjourned at 7:22 PM.